Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Bolo Swami Sadguru Shivananda Maharaj Ki Jai. Om Bolo Swami Vishnu Devananda Maharaj Ki Jai. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Namah Shivaya. Good evening. So we have seen so far, we have seen till sloka number 25 in chapter 2. So if you notice from sloka number 11 till sloka number 25, Krishna is talking from highest point of view. Krishna is talking from the highest standpoint of view, and he was trying to raise Arjuna to that level and to look at things and to review his conclusion. Arjuna looks like is still confused. So Krishna now, from slokam number 26, he is coming one step down to explain to Arjuna. Slokam number 26. Ata chainam nitya jatam nityam va manyase mritam tathapi tvam mahabhaho naivam sochitum arhasi. Naivam sochitum arhasi. Don't worry, Arjuna. Don't worry. Nitya jatam, constantly born in this world. Nityam manyase mritam, constantly dying in this world. This is the nature of life. Tathapitvam, if that being the definition, Mahabaho Arjuna, mighty arm shoulder, Naiva sochitum arhasi, don't worry. Why do you think that you are responsible for this calamitous situation? Have you created this universe? Have you created this world? Are you the contractor of the world? Or did you create this? If you are not the contractor who made the world, he will look after it. You know now what is the nature. Constant nitya jatam, constant birth. Nityam manyase mritam, constant dying in this world keeps happening. Then why are you worried? Naiva sochitum marhasi. You need not come to this hopeless state. There are set of people who would be pessimist in their approach, who would be optimist in their approach. Okay, those who are pessimist in their approach, if you ask them, they'll say, oh my God, there are constant death happening in this world. There are optimists who will say, I'm seeing constant birth that is happening in this world. So this is Nitya Jatam and Nityam Manyase Mritam. You cannot avoid this. Hence, Naiva Sochitum Arhasi. Don't worry, Arjuna. Slokam number 27. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmada pariharyerte natvam sochitum arhasi. The one who is born, for sure he is going to die, and the one who is faced the death, for sure going to get rebirth. The rebirth is also inevitable. So now Krishna is coming one more step down, getting into little more grosser in his argument. He is telling, you are not thinking properly, Arjuna. Think little more wise. You have now understood this soul is not bound for birth and death. Only this body can face the destruction. The soul cannot face any destruction. So the birth must be followed by the death only for the birth and death is only for the body, the physical body. The soul is followed by rebirth. That change is inevitable. jatasya hi dhruva mrityuhu. Anything that is born, it is true and unavoidable. Can anybody say, oh no, I have got a birth and I will never die? Then that would not have been born. That which is born, which is bound to die and which is inevitable to get rebirth. Dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Those who have died, again born. So na tvam sochum arhasi, sochitum arhasi. So don't worry. Tasmat, therefore, apariharte, this is inevitable and you cannot avoid. This is the law of universe. And the soul cannot be burnt by the fire or cannot be dried up by the air. So don't worry, Arjuna. What is made must perish. There is no end. Natvam sochitum arhasi. Don't worry. The hopeless, the tragedy situation that you have picturized has got no justification, Arjuna. Slokam number 28. Avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyaktanidhananyeva tatra ka paridevanam. Avyakta adhini. Avyakta adhini. It is unmanifest. For example, you are seen now, you are manifest. Certainly everybody can see you, you are manifest. 100 years back, where were you? You were unmanifest. And 100 years later, where will you be? Unmanifest. Just like you come and go back home. That way, think it like that. What is unmanifest got manifest and will get unmanifest. And it is a continuous process. You are going back again to unmanifest. You have come here to play this game. Play the game and go back home. Avyaktadini bhutani. These Gauravas, these are the unmanifest, there's one Gauravas you are seeing in front. Where were they before? You don't know. Now you know they are in this name and form. They are Gauravas. They are standing in the opposite array. Where will they go? You don't know. If they die, you are only sending them back home by saying bye-bye. Where is the destruction? Why are you worried? You need not worry it this way. Like yesterday we have seen the example, pot. The pot maker manifests the pot into different shapes and he gives a name and he creates a form. The pot tumbler, the pot vessel, the pot flower vase. And once it is in that shape, it looks so beautiful and it is useful. You enjoy everything with that pot. And once it is broken, it goes back again as clay. Potentially in nature, but it is not manifest. Right now we are manifest and given a chance in this world. We will go back home once we get into unmanifest. So why are you worried? Have full faith in yourself. Don't have to worry. Slokam number 29. Ascharyavat pashyati kaschideenam ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyaha ascharyavaschainamanya shrunoti shrutvaapyenam vedana chaiva kaschit. Ascharyam, wonder. Ascharyavat pashyati kaschitena. Pashyati means seeing. The one who sees clearly that life is birth, death and rebirth. That the one who sees clearly, wonder. Ascharya vadati kaschiten. Having said vadati, that person also looks at wonder. There is a constant birth and death that takes place. So why pressure in life? What kind of tensions in life? Why take this tensions in life? Ascharya means wonder. Ascharya kanya shrunoti. One who hear, those people who say, vadati means say. The second one is ascharya vadati. One who says that birth and death are constant. The one who listens, shrunotu. Constantly the birth and death, no wonder. That person also looks at it as a big wonder, because it is the mystery to everyone. The significance of meaning of life. The one who understands, he also understands that in wonder. The one who says, he also says that and repeats it in wonder. The one who listens and accepts it, that person also, also wonders. So the real wonder of wonder is this meaning of life. Shrutva mapi vedana chaiva kaschit. Even after listening to it, Veda means knowledge. Even after listening to all this, they don't understand. How many times they listen? How many times they say it? How many times they understand? Twice, thrice, very many times. But they wonder every time. But what happens? They never understands it. Slokam number 30. Dehi nityamavadyoyam dehe sarvasya bharata tasmat sarvani bhutani natvam sochitum arhasi. Arjuna, dehi means this deham, this body. Dehe sarvasya bharatam. Everybody in the bharatam, in the universe. This applies to everybody in this universe. Nityam avadhyoyam, can never be permanently destroyed. The soul can never be permanently destroyed. The divine that lives in your heart, there is no death to that divine, that soul. It's ever the same. That's ageless. That is the reality. Tasmat, therefore, sarvani bhutani. This is applicable to everybody. Sarvani means everybody. Sarvani bhutani. In this world, it applies to everybody. Natvam sochitum arhasi. So why do you worry? You go to the beach, you watch the ocean. There are a lot of waves that comes up, that raise up, and it falls down. When it falls down, do we cry for it? We don't cry for it. We just watch the beauty of the waves that come up and fall. Alright? When the sun comes, the waves when it raise, or when the moon comes, when it raise, there is a silver line there and there is a shine. We appreciate all this beauty. But when the waves dies, we are not crying, because we know the next wave is coming. The same way, when you watch in a river also, the bubble, due to the air, the bubble comes up, and when the wind is there, the bubble shines with the air, and it dances. Everything is so beautiful with the light of sun, no doubt. But when it bursts, we are not crying. We know there is another bubble that is going to come up. What you need to see? The ocean. What you need to see? The river. So don't worry. But when you are in the manifest, you have the freedom to live. You have the freedom to choose. You have the free will to choose how to live. And when the death happens, the rebirth is inevitable. So why are you weeping? Arjuna, are you a Kshatriya? Why are you weeping for this? Slokam number 31. Swadharmamapi chavekshya navikampitum arhasi dharmyardhi yadyarcheyonyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. Swadharmam. As a Kshatriyan, you have a Swadharma. Swadharma means you have a duty. You have a duty to protect the righteousness. You have a duty to protect the people of this country. Now Krishna is coming one more step down to make Arjuna understand. Consider this as your duty. Every individual has a certain duties. If everybody carries their duty very well without any neglecting anything, then there is no problem. The prosperity and peace will remain. As if you take an office, for example, if the receptionist carries her duty very well, if the cleaning person carries his or her duty very well, if the officer carries the duty very well, if the manager carries the duty very well, if the CEO carries the duty very well, there are no chaos. Everything will be smooth. Only when somebody neglects their duty and one or two get neglected, then the compound effects happen and the chaos happen. At home also, if the son carries the duty very well, if the daughter carries the duty very well, mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, if everybody carry their duty very well without neglecting anything, there are no chaos. There is peace and prosperity all the time around. Only when some individual does their duty, neglecting their duty, then the chaos come. Right? Considering this as your swadharma, vikambara, na vikambara. Vikambara means trembling, swinging. Don't go up and down with your mood swings. You are a kshatriya. You have the duty. This army, the people in this country have paid taxes and made you gain this knowledge. With that tax money, you have acquired this knowledge from an expert teacher. From the childhood, you have learned to use the bow and arrow. And what is all this knowledge acquired for? To fight and to protect these people. And that is the righteousness. Now you are a kshatriya. You should not talk like a anarya. You should not talk like a non-kshatriyan. It is your swadharma. You should fight. And if dharmat yudhyat, righteous war, you are called here by the nation to protect. And when you get such an opportunity, when you neglect that opportunity, then if you run away from the battlefield now, then what happens? You will regret for this. You don't have the chance to project your talents. Then the society demands you to now fight and show all your talent and win the kingdom. Slogam number 32. Yadrichaya chopapannam swargadwaramapavrutam sukhinaha kshatriyah partha labante yuddhamidrisham. Partha, when kshatriyas, when the warriors, they get such opportunity, they should make use of that opportunity. Yadrichaya cha upapannam. Did you ask for this war? Did you demanded this war? No. You actually wanted peace. Yadrichaya cha. It has come. You did not ask for it. You did not demand it. Did you declare the war? You did not declare the war. In fact, you sent me. Krishna was sent to Duryodhana, the palace, and to come to ask for peace. They did not want the war. You did not ask for the war. You did not demand it. And you asked for peace. And it is Duryodhana who refused. And Krishna once said, okay, you are refusing the kingdom. At least give 5 villages. Duryodhana said, no way, I am not giving. At least give 5 houses. Duryodhana says, no, I will not even give a piece of land. Are they Brahmins? Why are they begging? He is a Kshatriya. They are Kshatriya. Pandavas are Kshatriyas. Let them fight and win the kingdom. I am not ready to give a piece of land. It is Duryodhana who refused. It is Duryodhana who was in an aggressive mood. Yadrichaya, for you this war is unexpected and it has come. Swargadwaram apavritam. Okay, even you don't know who is going to die. And having come to this war, It is not like coming for a movie, telling home that I'm going to a theater for a movie, to watch a movie, and I will be back in 3 hours, cook and I will come and eat. No, it is not like that. It is a war. So there may be death, or you will win. When that happens, then the Swargadwaram, the door, Dwara means door, the door of the Swarga will be open for you. The 50-50 chance only in the war. You cannot say who will win. Swargadwara apavritam, the Swargadwara, the doors will be open. But Kshatriyaha Partha, you are a Kshatriya. The Kshatriyas show the manliness of a Kshatriyan. The Kshatriyan have to righteously fight. Otherwise, lobhante yudam edrisham. When you get such kind of opportunity, when you are not using that opportunity, you will feel bad. After that, Arjuna, you have to behave now like a Kshatriyan. Your duty is to protect. You should understand this, the beauty of the situation that has come into your hand, where you can prove your potential. Sloka number 33. Adha chetattvamimam dharmyam samgramam na karishyasi tatasvadharmam kirtim cha hitva papam avapsyasi. However, if you refuse to fight this war, abandoning this dharma, your swadharma, and the reputation that it is going to bring, what do you think when you don't do your duty, when you fail from doing when you neglect doing your duty? What do you think you will get? Papam avapsyasi. You will only get papam. You will only get sin. Imam dharmyam samgramam, not involving yourself completely with enthusiasm, na karishyasi, kar to do. If you are not engaging in the war, swadharma, because that is your duty as a kshatriya, as a person who has been nominated to fight, because the army or the people have invested on you. They have put their tax money on you, believing that you will protect them. Now is the time. The kirti, the fame, such a great hero in the world. All generations, Arjuna, if you now go back, if you run, what will the history talk? All of them will say that Arjuna has ran away. And when you run away like that, what will happen? Hitva papam avapsyasi. If you run away, there will be lot of regret. Having run away, do you think you can live happily? You will feel lot of guilt. When you neglect a duty at any point of time, you can apply this to yourself. When that is your duty for a righteous cause, you should have done that. When you don't do that, when you neglect and come back, you will keep thinking about it. And lot of guilt will come in you, and lot of regret will have. But that time, if you carry your duty, if that is your dharma, if your swadharma, if you carry the duty, that kirti, that fame will come to you, and you will also feel happy about it. So understand the rhythm of your life, Arjuna. Do your duty. Slokam number 34. Akirtim chapi bhutani kathayishyanti te vyayam sambhavitasya chakirtim aranadhatirichyate. Sambhavitasya chakirtim maranathatirichyate. Maranat means death. Tirichyate, that is greater. More so, bhutani means people. People will talk about your coward nature, akirti. They will talk about your They will talk. If you run away from this challenge is posed on you. If you run away from this now, the Akirti will come to you. People who lived and carried out their duty, Kirti, the fame, will come to you. So don't get into this Akirti mode. When you run away, what will happen is the respectable people will talk and will talk you about your coward nature, and that is worse than Maranat. That is worse than death. Okay. Sorry, that Akirti is worse than the death. So don't get into this Akirti mode. Fight, stand up and fight. Even death happens, face it squarely. And because we know that birth and death is only to this body, and the soul will get rebirth. Slokam number 35. Bayadranaanudaparam Bayadranaanudaparam mamsyante tvam maharataah yesham chatvam bahumato bhutva yasyasi laghavam. Bayat, out of fear, ranat, from the battlefield. The great generals with high esteem, what will they think if you run away from the battlefield? They will lose their respect for you. Those Maharatha means, we have seen in the earlier slokas, Maharatha, the people who are standing here, the Maharatha means the title given to individuals who individually can fight a battalion of people. They have proven. So Maharatha, all these noble people, all these people, the great generals, Maharatha with high esteem, what will they think if you run away out of fear? Your value, you will decrease in the value. Laghavam, you will lose respect. Yashyasi, you will lose respect. Laghavam, decreased in value. Your value will go down. Good. Very nice. With this sloka, we'll end the session. Keeping your back straight, eyes closed. So far, in the chapter 2, Yoga of Knowledge, Krishna is advising, guiding Arjuna. Once Arjuna completely surrendered to Krishna, seeking his advice, from slokam number 11 to 25, Krishna was raising Arjuna to the highest nature, explaining the meaning of life, how to take the death in the birth. And from slokam number 26 onwards, he was coming one level down to make Arjuna understand better the law of universe. We'll chant Om 3 times together, followed by the prayer as a conclusion of today's session. Om. Om. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Bolo Swami Sadguru Shivananda Maharaj Ki Jai. ओम बोलो स्वामी विष्णु देवानंद महाराज की जय. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you so much. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thanks for joining the class. See you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Stay happy, stay healthy.